Hi everyone, welcome back to our new tutorial. Hope you guys are well. So today in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a complete responsive e-commerce website using HTML and CSS. And also we are going to use Bootstrap for making our website responsive. So let me show you what we are going to create in this tutorial. So this is the e-commerce website which we are going to create in this tutorial. Here you can see that on the top left we have a logo, and in the top right we have our navigation links and some font or some icons. And here we have added some beautiful hover effect. And here you can see that if we now scroll down, here you can see that our navigation is not moving. It means scrolling the website not affecting our navigation bar. It means our navigation bar is fixed. And here underneath this navigation bar, here you can see that we have simply a small box shadow, and this box shadow is making our navigation bar more alive. And then we have our home section, and in this home section we have a background image, we have our text, we have our button, and we have also added some hover effect on this button. If we now scroll down, here you can see that we have a brand section, and inside this brand section we have added some brand logo or company logos, and this section is also looking so beautiful. And underneath this, here you can see that we have a new section, and we have added this section for attracting our customers, our visitors towards the website, so that we can tell the visitors about our products, about our websites. And here in this section we have three boxes, and inside this box we have some images, and we have also added some hover effect, and then we have our heading and a button here also. And then we have our featured section, and inside this featured section we have added four products. We have added this beautiful four products with a beautiful hover effect. Underneath this, here you can see that we have a beautiful banner section, and inside this banner section we have added a background image, and we have set this background image as a parallax background, and this parallax effect is so beautiful and looking so attractive. And then we have our heading, and we have our button here also. Underneath this, here you can see that we have another section for our products, and then we have our another section for best watches, and then we have another section for our running shoes, and we have added hover effect here also. And then at the last we have our beautiful footer section, and in this footer section we have added four columns here, and this background is actually looking so beautiful for our footer. Here you can see that we have our logo, a little bit of description, we have our featured section with some links here, and then we have our contact us details and some Instagram images. Underneath this, here you can see that we have our payment system, and then we have our copyright section, and we have our social media links here with some beautiful hover effect. And also in our website, if I click on the shop page, and in this shop page we have a heading, we have our paragraph here, and then we have a list of products here, and we have also added beautiful hover effect to all of these products. And underneath this, here you can see that we have a pagination option also, so that we can add multiple product page in this website. And now let's see a single product. So this is our first product. Now I will click on this product, and here you can see that we have a particular product page, and this product page is looking so beautiful. In the left section we have a gallery. Here we have a simple JavaScript gallery, we have a big image, and underneath this we have a smaller image. And then here we have our heading, our pricing section, our size section. Here you can see that we have multiple options so that we can select, and then we have added a quantity option, and then we have added a card and product details. And now let's see our this gallery. Here you can see that currently we have our this image. If I now click on this white t-shirt, this t-shirt is now showing in our main image. And if I now click on this red image, we can see our red image. If I click on our this image, we can see our this image. So this gallery is looking so beautiful, and it is increasing our visual effect. And underneath this, here you can see that we have some related product page. And also this website is completely responsive. We can have this website in multiple devices, in multiple screen size devices. So let me show you the responsive mode. If I now inspect our website, Here you can see that now we are in our mobile screen device, and in our mobile screen device we don't have any navigation links here. Instead of our navigation links we have a beautiful hamburger menu, and if we click on this hamburger menu we can see our navigation menus in the left side in one column. And if I now scroll down, here you can see that we have our product, we have our banners, we have our product list with our hover effect, and then we have our footer also. So in our small screen device, this home page is looking fantastic. Now let's go to our shop page. So this is our shop page, and here you can see that in our shop page we have all of our products, we have our list of products, and this page is looking also beautiful and also amazing. That's it. Now let's go to our single product page. So this is the product. Now I will click on this product, and here you can see that we have our gallery here, and this page is also responsive and it is looking amazing in our small screen device. If I now click on these images, here you can see that we can have a preview of that images, and this section is looking so beautiful. And if we now scroll down, here you can see that we have our heading, our pricing section, our select option, quantity option, our cart section, and our product details, and then we have our related product here. And this page is also responsive and looking so beautiful. So guys, here you can see that in this tutorial we are going to create this complete e-commerce responsive website using HTML and CSS, and also we are going to use Bootstrap for making our website responsive and more attractive in small screen devices. And in this tutorial I am going to show you every process step by step from the beginning to the ending point. So for this reason this tutorial might be longer than other tutorials. That's why I have divided this tutorial into some parts. So this is our first part, and in this first part we will create our this home page, and we will make this home page responsive so that it looks good in our small screen device. And I will request you guys, if you watching this tutorial, then watch this complete tutorials, watch every part, because this tutorial is going to be so interesting. And after watching these complete tutorials, after watching all the parts, you will create your own e-commerce website using HTML and CSS. And in a few moments we will create this homepage using HTML and CSS. But before we get started, please guys, if you are new in my channel and if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, then please subscribe, like this video, and press the bell icon for the future videos. And if you guys have any question about this video, you guys can comment below. So that's it guys, let's get started. Now I am in my file directory, and here you can see that I have an image folder, an index.html file, and a style sheet. And inside these image folders I have some separate folders here for each of the particular sections. Here for our banner section I have some particular images for our brand, clothes, featured, etc, etc. So I have all of these folders for particular sections, and here you can see that I have a background image and I have two logo here, and then I have a payment.png image also. So now first we have to open our index.html file, and now from here we have to create our simple HTML boilerplate. So for creating this one I will just type, that's it. Now here we have to give a title, and the title will be tutorial, that's it. And then now we have to link our style sheet, so that's why link, and here we have to give our path file name, and it will be a style.css, that's it. So since we are using Bootstrap for creating our this e-commerce website, so now we have to link the Bootstrap CDN and the jQuery and JavaScript files to our HTML file. So for doing this, let's go to our Chrome and create a new tab and search for Bootstrap. From here click on the first link and then click on the Get Started button. And here you can see that we have a CSS, so I will simply copy the CSS link from here and then go to our style sheet and then paste it here. That's it. So after this one, now we have to link our jQuery file and our JS file also. So here you can see that we have two separate files, and I will simply copy these two scripts from here. So copy and go to our code editor, and bottom of our body tag just paste this code. That's it. So guys, here you can see that we have successfully linked Bootstrap to our HTML file. Now second thing we have to do in our website, you can see that we have actually so many icons, font awesome icons. So that's why we have to link the font awesome CDN link also to our HTML file. So for doing this, create a new tab and search for font awesome CDN. Now from here, click on the first link, and if we now scroll down, here you can see that we have a link tag here. So I will simply copy this link tag from here and then go to our HTML file and then paste it. That's it. So now here you can see that we have successfully linked our font awesome icon and our Bootstrap file to our HTML. Now if I go to our website, here you can see that first we have to create our this navigation bar, and inside this navigation bar we have a logo, and in the right side we have some navigation links and some icons here. So for creating this navigation bar, we have to go to our Bootstrap, and here we have to click on our components, and from here we have to select navbar. And if we now scroll down, here you can see that we have a one kind of a styling, we have one kind of navbar. If we now scroll down, here you can see that we have another kind of navbar, and so on. You can select any of them, but I will select the first one from here, which is this one. So I need to copy this code. So for copying this code, we just have to click on this copy button and then now go to our HTML file, and in the body here, first I will create a comment and it will be navigation. That's it. And then I will paste the navigation code. That's it. Now save, and if I now go to our website, here you can see that we have a navigation bar. For our logo we have navbar, and then we have some navigation links, and then we have a search option and a search button here. So now we have to style this navigation bar like this one. So for doing this, first we have to go to our code here. Here you can see that we have a navbar class, navbar expand large, navbar light and bg light. Now if I go to our website, here you can see that our navigation bar is actually have some extra padding from top and bottom, but in our website we don't have any padding here. So I want to increase the padding of this navigation bar. So for doing this, let's go to our nav here, and here we have to add a Bootstrap class which is py, and it will be 5. It means padding from top and bottom 5. Okay, now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have padding from top and bottom 5. But now I want to decrease the size of this padding. So for doing this, we can actually adjust the value. Highest value is 5. We can actually decrease the value. So I will give 3. Padding from top and bottom will be 3. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have increased our padding from top and bottom. Now next thing I will do, I will simply add a logo here. Here you can see that we have a text, but instead of text I want to add an image logo. So for doing this, here you can see that we have an anchor tag and we have our navbar. So now I will delete this one, and simply I will create an image tag, and here I will give the logo file path, and we have an image folder, and inside this image folder we have a logo1.png. Now save, and if we now go to our website, here you can see that we have our logo. In our real website, our navigation links is actually in the right side, but here our navigation links is actually in the left side. So now I want to change the align. I want this navigation bar to be in the right side. So for doing this, let's go to our code here, and here you can see that we have another list, and inside this another list we have all our navigation links. And here in the another list we have some Bootstrap class. One is navbar nav, and one is me auto, margin bottom from 2, margin large 0. So I will simply delete this class because we don't need these classes. And here instead of all of these classes, I will add another Bootstrap class which is ml auto. It means margin from left auto. Now save, go to our website and refresh. And here you can see that all the navigation links is actually pushed to the left side. But I want this navigation list to the right side. So for fixing this problem, we have to simply create a new tab, and here we have to search for stack path Bootstrap. Now click on the first link from here, and here you can see that we have a CSS file. We just have to copy this CSS file and go to our code here, and instead of our this Bootstrap CDN, We just have to replace the link. That's it. If we now go to our website, and if we now go to our tutorial, and here you can see that our all navigation links is now in the right side. Now in our real website, here you can see that we have our home, shop, blog, about and contact us and 2 icons. Now I want to change these navigation links. For doing this, go to our code here, and inside this another list we have our all list tags. So first thing I will do, I will simply delete this one and delete all of this till this form. Okay, now delete, now save. So I will simply copy this one and then paste it 4 times, and this one will be for our home, this one will be for our shop, and this one will be blog, it will be about, and it will be contact us. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have our home, shop, blog, about and contact us. Now I want to add some font or some icons like these two. One is search option and one is cart. So we have to add these options into our tutorial. So for adding this one, just go to our font awesome icon website, and from here click the icons, and here we have to search for our search icon. So I want this icon, so click on this icon, just copy this HTML, copy this list tag and then paste it here, and here instead of anchor tag, now we have to paste our font awesome icon link. That's it. So after this search icon, I want another icon which is cart. Copy this one and paste it here. Now we have to simply change the class name. So for shopping cart, it will be shopping bag. That's it. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have 2 icons. One is our search icon and one is our shopping cart. So guys, here you can see that we have successfully created our HTML template for our this navigation link. Now we have to style this navigation link so that it can be look like this one. So for doing this, let's go to our HTML. Now if I go to our style sheet, here you can see that we have a Google font link, and in our star we have margin 0, padding 0 and box size in border box, and then in our body we have defined the Google font name, and here you can see that we have some h1, h2, h3, h4 and h5, 6 tag. Okay, and for each of these particular tags we have some different styling. So now these are actually global tags. Here you can see that for our h1 I gave font size 2.5 rem and font weight 700. For our h2 font size 1.8 rem, font weight 600. For our h3 font size 1.4, font weight 800. For our h4 font size 1.1 rem, font weight 600. And for our h5 font size 1 rem, font weight 400. And the color will be this one. And for our h6 color will be this one. So if I go to our website, first thing I will do, I will increase the font size of our this navigation links. So for doing this, we have to go to our style sheet and then go to our index.html file. We have a class which is navbar. So I will simply copy this class from here and then paste it here. That's it. So first thing I will do, I will give a font size, and the font size will be 16 pixel. That's it. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have increased our font size. And then here you can see that we have actually a little bit of a space between 2 navigation links. Now I want some extra padding between these navigation links. So for doing this, let's go to our style sheet again. Now if I go to our HTML, here you can see that we have a class name which is navbar light. I will simply copy this navbar light from here and then paste it here. Then we have another list, and inside this another list we have a class name which is navbar nav. Copy this navbar nav and then paste it here again. And here we can see that we have some class names inside our anchor tag. So I will simply copy this nav link class from here and then paste it here. So first I will give a padding. Padding from top and bottom will be 0, but from left and right it will be 20 pixel. Then I will give a color of our fonts, and our color will be black. Then I will give a transition so that we can add some hover effects, and this transition will be 0.3 second is. That's it. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have some extra spacing. between these navigation links. Now we have to add some hover effects for our these navigation links. So for doing this, just copy this one and then paste it here. So first thing I will do, I will add hover. That's it. And the second thing I will do, I will add an active class. That's it. And whenever I will hover on our nav links, I want to change the color, and the color will be coral. Now save and go to our website, and if you now hover on our nav links, here you can see that our nav links font color is now changing. So after these navigation links, now we have to style our these icons. So for doing this, go to our style sheet, copy this nav word from here and then paste it here. Then I want to target our I tags. Here I will give a font size and it will be 1.2 rem. Then I will give a padding here, and the padding from top and bottom will be 0, but from left and right it will be 7 pixel. Then I will give a cursor, and the cursor will be pointer. Then I will give a font width, and the font width will be 500. Then I will give a transition, and transition will be 0.3 second. Is now save. We're going to go to our website. Here you can see that we have now changed our font awesome icon size. Now I want some hover effect in our icon also, like our this navigation links. So for adding this hover effects, we will simply copy this one and then paste it here. First thing I will do, I will add a hover. Again we have to paste our nav I, and then I will add active plus. Now save and go to our website, and if you now hover, here you can see that our font awesome icons is now changing its color. So here you can see that our navigation link is actually done, but I want some extra space from left and from our right side. So for adding this space, we have to go to our HTML, and here you can see that we have a div here, and inside this div we have a class which is container fluid. Okay. For using this class, we have actually some space. Here you can see that we have a little bit space from left and right side, but I want to increase the space. So for increasing the space, we have to simply change the class name, and it will be actually only container, not container fluid. Now save, and if you go to our website, here you can see that we have much space from left and from our right side. So guys, here you can see that we have done with our navigation menu. So after this navigation menu, now we have to create our this home section. We have to add a background image, and then we have to add some text and a button also. So for doing this, let's go to our HTML here. First thing I will do, I will simply collapse this one. That's it. And here I will add a section here, and inside this section I will create an ID, and the ID will be home. That's it. And here first I will create a div tag, and for this div tag I will add a class name. Okay, we can add this class later. So first thing I will do, I will create a h5, and inside this h5 I will simply go to our website and copy this text from here and then paste it here. So after this h5, now we have to create a h1 tag, and inside this h1 tag I will just copy this one and then paste it here. Here you can see that our best price and our this year is not actually in the same color. So for adding this different color, we have to add a span tag, and here before our best we have to add a span tag. That's it. And inside this span I will place our best price. That's it. So after this h1, now we have to create a paragraph tag, and for our paragraph I will simply copy this one and then paste it here. And here you can see that after our comfortable time we have a line break. So I want to break this line into two lines. So for doing this we have to add a break tag. That's it. And then now we have to create a button tag, and for our this button it will be shop now. Now save, go to our website. Here you can see that we have our h6, our h1, our paragraph and our button. So now we have to style these things into our style sheet. So for doing this, let's go to our style sheet. From our index I will simply copy this ID which is home and then paste it here. Then I will target our span tag which we have created for our h1. Now I want to give a different color for this span tag, and the color will be coral. Now save, go to our website. Here you can see that we have our best price in a different color. So after this one, now we have to style our this button, and I will create this button as a global tag, because we had to add more buttons into our code into our website. So I don't want to write these codes again and again, so that's why I will declare this button as a global tag. And here underneath this h6, let's create a button. That's it. First thing I will do, I will give a font size, and the font size will be 0.8 rem, and then I will give a font width, and the font width will be 700. Then I will give an outline because I don't want any outline. Then I will give a border also, and the border will be also none. Now I will give a background color, and the background color will be this one. Then I will give a color, and the color will be this one, which is Alice blue. Then I will give a padding, and the padding from top and bottom will be 13 pixel, and from left and right it will be 30 pixel. Then text transformation will be uppercase. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have successfully created our button, but here you can see that our button is not actually a clickable button, so that's why I have to add a cursor here, and the cursor will be pointer. So after this button, if I now hover on this button, I want to change the background color. So for doing this, simply copy this button from here and then paste it here. Now I want to add hover effect. So if I hover on this button, I want to change the background color, and the background color will be this one. And then I will add a transition into our button, and transition will be 0.3 second. Yes. Now save and go to our website, and if I now hover here, you can see that our button is now changing its background color. So after this one, now I had to add the background image into our background. So for adding this one, let's go to our style sheet, and here you can see that we have a home ID. I will simply copy this home ID and then paste it here. So for our home, I will add a background image first, and we have to type URL, and here we have to type the image file name, and my background image file name is back.jpg, and this file is actually inside our image folder. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have our background image. Now our background image size is actually tiny, so now we have to define some width and height for our background image. So width will be 100%, and then I will give a height also, and our height will be 100 VH, and background size will be cover. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that our image is now taking 100% width and height. But here you can see that our main focus should be actually this image, this model. So I want this model to be actually here. So for doing this, we have to add background position. Let's add a background position here, and the background position will be from top. I want to actually put down this image from top 60 pixel, and from left and right it will be center. Now save, go to our website. So guys, here you can see that this image is now actually taking from the left and right, it is now center, but from the top and bottom it is actually 60 pixel. So now let's remove the 60 pixel from here and save, go to our website. Here you can see that now our image is now taking perfect width and height. Now next thing I will do, here you can see that this text is actually on the top left. I want this text to be in the center. So for doing this, we have to add our display flags, and then we have to add our flags direction, and it will be column. Justify content will be center. Then we have to add align item, and it will be flags start. Now save, go to our website, and here you can see that this text is now actually in the center. Now I want some space from the left side. Here you can see that we don't have any space. Now I want to take the exact space like this one. Here you can see that we have some space here. Now I want this exact space for this section also. So for doing this, let's go to our index.html file, and here we have actually class, and then now I will add a class, and it will be container. Now save, go to our website. So guys, here you can see that this text is now taking some space from left side and from our right side as well. Now here you can see that if I now scroll down, our navigation is actually not showing. I want this navigation bar to be actually fixed on the top here, so that we can see this navigation bar if we scroll down like this one. If I now scroll down, here you can see that we can see our navigation bar. So for doing this, we have to go to our HTML, and here you can see that we have our nav here, and here we have to add a class. And the Bootstrap class will be fixed top. That's it. Fixed top is actually a Bootstrap class. So after adding this fixed top, we have to go to our style sheet and we have to go to our nav here. And here in the nav, we have to add a top value and it will be 0. And we have to add a left value also and it will be also 0. Now save and go to our website. So guys, here you can see that we have now our this navigation bar, and then we have actually removed the scroll bar. And now this section, this navigation bar is actually fixed top. But now this background image is actually underneath this. So now I want to put this background image a little bit from the bottom side. So for doing this, we have to go to our home. And here we have to add 60 pixels from top. Now save, go to our website. And now here you can see that our this image is now a little bit towards the bottom side. So guys, here you can see that we have successfully created our this section, our navigation section, and our this home section. Now I want to see our this section and our this home section is actually responsive or not. So if we now decrease the screen size, here you can see that our navigation bar is actually completely responsive and our this section is also responsive. So now if I click on this hamburger menu, here you can see that we have our navigation links. Now I want to style this button and I want to style these things a little bit. So for styling these things, we have to go to our style sheet. If I go to our index.html file, if I now expand our nav here, and here you can see that we have a button, and inside this button we have a span tag, and inside this span tag we have a class which is navbar toggler icon, and this icon is actually for our this hamburger icon. So now I don't want this hamburger icon, I want a custom icon from our font awesome icon. So for adding this icon, we have to go to our font awesome, and here we have to search for bar, and now I will simply add this bar to our website. So for adding this bar, we have to first go to our HTML. I will simply delete this class, and then we have to go to our bar, just copy this HTML and then paste it here. Next thing I will do, I will add an ID here, and the ID will be bar. Now save, and if I now go to our website, and if I now decrease our screen size, here you can see that we have now our navigation bar. Okay, so now we have to style this navigation bar. So for doing this, we have to go to our style sheet and go to our nav here. Into our nav section, we have to comment out first, and it will be mobile nav. That's it. So for our mobile nav, first thing I will do, I will simply remove the border and outline from this button. So for doing this, now if I go to our HTML, and here you can see that we have a class which is actually navbar light. I will simply copy this class name from here and then paste it here. Then we have to copy a class which is navbar toggler, this one. So copy this navbar toggler and then paste it here. So I don't want any border, so that's why border will be none. And then I don't want any outline, and outline will be also none. Now save, and here you can see that we don't have any outline and border. So after this one, now I want to style our this button. So for add styling inside this button, we have to go to our HTML. Here you can see that we have an ID for our this icon. So I will simply copy this bar icon from here and then paste it here. First thing I will do, I will give a font size, and the font size will be 1.5 rem. And then I will add a padding, and the padding from top and bottom, left and right, it will be 7 pixel. Then I want to add a cursor, and the cursor will be pointer. Then we have to give a font width, and it will be 500. Then I will add a transition, and it will be 0.3 second is. Then I want a color, and our color will be black. Now save. And here you can see that we have changed our this hamburger menu. So now we have to add some hover effect on this hamburger menu. So for adding hover effect, I will simply copy this bar ID from here, paste it here. Then I will add hover. Next thing I will do, I will add an active class. So whenever I will hover on this bar or active, I will just change the color, and the color will be white. Now if I hover on this hamburger menu, here you can see that our menu is actually changing its color and it is turning into white. Now if I hover on our this hamburger menu, here you can see that our background color is actually changing to a black color. Now I want to change this color. So for changing this color, we have to actually inspect our website. And here you can see that now we are in our mobile screen device. So I will simply select this button here. Here you can see that I have selected this button. So I will simply select this one, and we have selected a tag here. So I will simply copy this tag. I will simply copy this selector from this section. So for copy this selector, we have to just click right and go to our copy section and go to our copy and click on our copy selector. Now go to our style sheet, and here we have to write media query. So for adding media query, we have to import our media only screen, and now we have to add a max width, and our max width will be 991 pixel. That's it. And here we have to paste the selector. So I want to change the background color whenever I will hover on this button, and I want to change the background color whenever I will focus on our button. Okay, so background color, and the background color will be now save. Here you can see that whenever I will click on this button, our background color is now changing. Okay, so now we have to add another thing. We have to go to our style sheet, and from here we have to just copy this one again and then paste it here. So I want to add our bar also, our bar ID from our hover and for our focus also, and I want to change the color, and the color will be white. Now save and go to our website. Now if I hover or focus, here you can see that we have changed our background color and then we have changed our bottom color also. So after this one, I have to add some styling. I have to add some spacing from top and bottom for our this navigation links. So for doing this, we just have to select again. Now select this one, and we just have to copy the selector and go to our style sheet and then paste it here. So I will simply keep our this one. That's it. Now I want to actually add some margin from everywhere, so that's why let's take a margin, and a margin from everywhere, it will be 1 rem. Then I will add justify content, and it will be flex end, because I want this section to be in the flex end in the right side. And then align items will be flex end here. Then text align will be right. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that everything is now actually in the right section. And then here you can see that our this section is actually taking some extra padding from our this right side. So I want to destroy this padding. So for doing this, we just have to select one section, that's it. And then we have to copy the selector from here, go to our style sheet and then paste it here. And here you can see that our this selector is actually targeting our first element, but I want to target our all elements, so that's why it will be n. And here I will add a padding here, and the padding from top and bottom will be 10 pixel, and from left and right will be 0. Now save, go to our website. Here you can see that we have now a space here from top and bottom, and we have actually less space from our right side. So guys, here you can see that we have successfully done with our this hamburger menu, and we have styled our this navigation links also, and this is looking so beautiful. So after this one, after our navigation bar and our this home section, now we have to create our this brand section. Here you can see that we have 6 images into a section here. So now we have to add this brand section into our website. So for doing this, let's go to our index.html file. First, let's collapse this navbar and our this home section also, and then let's create another section, and let's take a ID also, and the ID will be brand. That's it. Now let's take a div here. Now let's take a class, and because I want this image to be actually in one row, everyone to be in one row, so that's why we have to take a Bootstrap class, and it will be row. That's it. And inside this row we have to insert our images, and then my image is actually inside our image folder. Inside our image folder we have a brand folder, and inside this brand folder we have a 1.png. That's it. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have our first image. Now I want 6 image here. But before we do that, here you can see that in the bottom we have a slider. I don't want this slider. I want to remove this slider. So for removing this slider, we have to create a class here into our section, and it will be container. Now save, go to our website. Here you can see that we have removed our slider from the bottom, and then we have added some space from left side and from the right side as well. Now I want to add some classes for this image. So now let's go to our image and then let's take a class. And in our Bootstrap we have a class which is image fluid, and this image fluid class is actually so important because this image fluid class will make your image responsive. Okay, so that's why we have to write image fluid. That's it. And I hope you guys know that Bootstrap actually follows 12 standard grid columns. It means Bootstrap is actually divide the website into 12 columns so that it can make this website responsive for different devices. We can give some columns, we can give some specific column, we can declare some column to a specific part. It means I want to give this image some columns for our large screen, for our medium screen, and for our small screen. Okay, so that's why let's take a column here. Now in our large screen I want to take this image only 2 column. Okay, and in our medium screen I want to take this image 4 column, and in our small screen I want to take this image 6 column. Okay, here you can see that this image will take 2 column in our large screen, 4 column in our medium screen, and 6 column in our small screen. That's it. Now I will simply copy this image from here and then paste it 5 times. That's it. And then I want to change the images, and it will be 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have our 6 images in one row. Okay, and if we now decrease our screen size, here you can see that in our small screen this image is taking 6 column. It means from our 12 column, this one taking 6 column, this one is also taking 6 column. It means 6 column plus 6 column equal to 12 column. Okay, it means this row is taking 12 column. If we now increase our screen size and go to our medium screen device, here you can see that this column is taking 4 column, this image is taking 4 column, and this image is taking 4 column. It means 4 plus 4 plus 4 equal to 12 column. Okay, and in our large screen it is taking 2 column. Now here you can see that we don't have any space from top and bottom of this section. So now I want to take some spacing. So for doing this into a row, first thing I will do, I will give margin 0 because I don't want any margin, and I want to take padding from top and bottom 5. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that this section is now taking 5 from top and bottom. So our brand section is also done. Now if I go to our website, here you can see that we have this section which is our new section. So here you can see that we have 3 boxes. Inside this box we have some images, and on the top of these images we have a background hover effect, and then we have a text and the button. But in this first box, this text is actually aligned in the left side. In our center box, this text is actually in the center. In our right box, this text is actually aligned in the right side. So we have to remember these orders. So for creating this section, let's go to our code here. First let's collapse this one. Now let's take a section here again, and then let's take an ID, and the first ID will be new because it is a new section. And then let's take a div, and I am taking this div because inside this div I want these 3 images to be in one row. So that's why we have to take a class here, and it will be row. And then we have to create another div tag, and let's give a class name of this first div tag, and it will be 1. That's it. And inside this div tag, first we will take an image, and my image is actually inside our image folder. Inside our image folder we have a new folder, and then I want to take the first image. That's it. And I will add some classes here because I want to make this section responsive, I want to make this image responsive. So that's why we have to take image fluid, and then let's create another div tag here, and let's create a class, and this class will be details, and inside this details class I will put our heading and our button here. So for our heading I will take a S2, And for our H2 I'll simply copy this one from here and then paste it here, and then I will create a button, and this one will be shop now, and I want this text to be uppercase, so that's why we have to create a class here. Class name will be text uppercase. That's it. Now save and go to our website, here you can see that we have our section here, we have our image, and we have our this text, and we have our button here also. Now here you can see that we have a slider again, and I don't want any slider. So for removing this slider into our section, we have to create a class, and I will give width 100%. And then inside this class, I will give padding 0 and margin 0. Now save, go to our website. Here you can see that we have removed our this slider also from the bottom. Now I want to define some columns for this particular image, for this particular section. So let's go to our one here, and then I will take column from large. In our large section, in our large device, I want to take this image 4 column, and in our medium screen device I want to take this image 12 column, and in our small screen device I want to take this image 12 column. And then I don't want any padding from anywhere, so that's why it will be 0. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have our image. Now we have to add 2 more. So for doing this, so for adding 2 more images, I will simply copy this div from here and then paste it 2 more times, and then I will simply change the images, and it will be 2 and it will be 3. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have now 3 images, and now I will simply copy this text from here and then paste it here, this one also, and then paste it here. Now save, go to our website, and here you can see that we have changed our these sections here. And now here you can see that our these images is not taking actually same width and height. So now we have to fix this one into our style sheet. So for doing this, let's go to our HTML and then copy this new ID from here and then paste it here. That's it. And then if you go to our HTML, here you can see that we have a class for our this div. So copy this one class from here and then paste it here. Then I want to target our image because I want to fix the image issue, and here I want to give the width, and the width will be 100%, and then I will give a height also, and the height will be also 100%. Then I want to give a background position, and it will be center and the center, then background repeat, and I don't want any repeat, so that's why it will be no repeat, and the background size will be cover, and then I will add position relative. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that this image is now taking same width and height, and then now we have to copy this class again and then paste it here. Then we have to target our details. Here you can see that we have a details class. Copy this class from here and then paste it here. Here you can see that our this section, this text and button is actually underneath this image. I want this text to be actually inside this image in the center. So for doing this, we have to add position absolute. Then we have to give a width here, and the width will be 100%. Then we have to give a height, and the height will be 100%. Then we have to give a top value, and it will be 0. And we have to give a left value as well, and it will be also 0. Then we have to add a transition, and transition will be 0.3 seconds is. Now save, go to our website, and here you can see that our this text is now actually inside our these images. And here now I want to add a hover effect. Whenever I will hover on our these images, I want to change the background color. So for doing this, I will simply copy this one from here and then paste it here. Whenever I will hover on our one class, then I want to change the background color of our details. So first thing I will do, I will add a cursor, and the cursor will pointer. Then I will add a background color, and the background color will be a RGB value, and here it will be 245, and this value will be 178, and this one will be also 178, and the alpha will be 0.7. Now save, go to our website, and here you can see that whenever I will hover on this card, this background color is now changing. Okay, so after this one, now we have to align this text Okay, for this card I want this text to be left side. For this card I want this text in the center. For this card I want this text in the right side. So now let's go to our style sheet again. First thing I will do, I will actually style our button, copy and paste it here, because here you can see that our button is not actually like this one. So that's why we have to style this button differently. So for doing this, we have to remove this hover, and then we have to target our button. First thing I will do, I will add display and it will be inline block. Then I will give a font size and it will be 14 pixel. We have to give a font width. Font width will be 500. Then I want to give a color here, and the color will be this one. And I want to remove the background, and that's why background color will be none. And the text transform will be uppercase. And I want border from the bottom, that's why border bottom, and it will be 1 pixel and the color will be solid, this one. Then I want to give a padding here, and padding from everywhere it will be 2.5 pixel. And then I want to add a transform, and it will be translate Y, because I want these buttons to be actually a little bit to the bottom side, so that's why it will be translate Y 70 pixel. And then I will add a transition, and it will be 0.3 second is. That's it. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have changed our buttons. Now we have to add some hover effect for this button also. For doing this, let's go to our button and then paste it here, and then we have to add hover. Whenever I will hover on this button, I want to change the color, and our color will be white. And then I want to change the border bottom, and the border bottom color will be 1 pixel, solid white. Now save, and if we now hover on this button, here you can see that our button is now changing to white color. Now here you can see that for this card, this text is actually on the top left. I want this one to be in the center left. So for targeting this specific card, we have to add pseudo element. So for doing this, just copy this one and then paste it here. And here we have to add pseudo element, so that's why I am using nth child. So I want to target our first card, so that's why it will be 1. And here I will add display, and it will be flex. Justify content will be center. Flex direction will be column. Align items will be flex start, and then text align will be a start. Okay, now save and go to our website. Here you can see that our this text is now actually in the center left here. Now after this one, now we have to target our this one, and for this one I want to change this aligning. I want to take this text and place this into the center. So for doing this, simply copy this one and then paste it here. And now we have to target our pseudo element 2. It means our card 2. So for our card, our align items will be center and our text align will be center. Then I want to actually target our card num 3. So it will be 3. And align items will be flex end, and then text align will be right. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have changed our this one and this one also, but this one is not changed. We have to go to our style sheet again. Okay, text align will be end, not right, and the align items will be flex end. Now save and go to our website. We have placed this text into the right section. So our this section is also done. So after this section, if I now go to our website, here you can see that after our new section, we have to now create our featured section. We have a heading, we have a horizontal line here, and then we have our paragraph, and then we have our 4 card here. So for creating this one, let's go to our HTML. First collapse this one, that's it. And let's create a section again. And let's create an ID. And the ID will be featured. Now let's create a div tag. And inside this div tag, we have to create a h3 for our heading. And let's copy this h3 from here. Copy and paste it here. Then we have to create a horizontal line, that's why HR. Then we have to create a paragraph. So for this paragraph, copy this line from here and then paste it here. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have our heading and we have a horizontal line and then we have a paragraph. So now we have to create our 4 cards. We have to create our product cards. So for doing this, let's go to our section here. And here we have to create another div tag. Okay, first thing I will do, I will create a class here. And I will add container because I want some space from left and right. So that's why it will be container. And I want this text to be center. So that's why it will be text center. And then I want to take some margin from top and it will be 5. And I want to take a padding from top and bottom, it will be 5. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have everything in the center and then we have some space from top and bottom. Okay, let's go to our class here. And here I will add a class. And I want some more space from top and bottom. So that's why I will add margin from top and bottom, it will be 5. And the padding from bottom will be 5. Now save, go to our website. And here you can see that we have now much space from top and bottom. So now we have to add our product card. So for doing this, let's create a class here and it will be row because I want 4 product in one row. So that's why class will be row. And then first we have to create our first product. And for our product, let's create a class and it will be product. So for our product, first we will target our image. We will add an image. So my image is actually inside our image folder. And then we have to enter inside our featured. And then we have to target our 1.jpg. That's it. So after this image, now we have to add our details, our product details like name, price, etc, etc. So after this image, if we now go to our website, here you can see that after our image we have some stars here. So this is actually font awesome icons. So we have to add these stars. So for doing this, let's go to our font awesome icon web page. And here we have to search for a star. So I will take this one and copy this HTML. Go to our HTML here. And let's get a div tag. And we have to create a class also. And the class name will be a star. And here we have to paste the I tag. And we have to paste this I 5 times. That's it. So after this star, now we have to create a h5 for our product name. And let's create a class here also. And this class name will be product name. And the product name will be sport shoes. Copy this one and then paste it here. That's it. Now let's create a h4 for our price. Now let's create a class also and it will be product price. And the price will be $92. Now let's create a button here. And the button will be buy now. And the class name of this button will be buy button. That's it. Now save, go to our website. And here you can see that we have our first product. We have our 5 star. We have our name here. And then price and then button. And then we have a slider. We have to remove this slider first. So for removing this slider, here in the row class we have to add another classes and it will be mx auto. Mx auto means margin from left and right side auto. And then I will add container fluid because I want a little bit of space from left and right side. Now save and go to our website. And here you can see that we have removed our slider from the bottom. And now I want this text to be center. So that's why let's go to our product here. And here I will add text center because I want every text to be center. And then I will add our column here. I will define some columns for this specific card, for this specific product. So let's take column for our large screen. And for our large screen, it will take 3 columns. For our medium screen, it will take 4 columns. and for our smallest screen it will take 12 column. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have now a space from the left side and from the right side as well. Now I want some space underneath this image here, so that's why let's go to our image here, and here we have to add a Bootstrap class which is margin bottom, and the margin from bottom will be 3. That's it. Now save, go to our website, and here you can see that we have some space here from margin bottom from this image. So after this one card, now we have to add 3 more. We have to add 3 more product. So that's why just copy this one and then paste it 3 times. That's it. And let's change the images. It will be 4, it will be 3, and it will be 2. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have 4 cards here. Now we have to style these things. We have to style our stars, we have to style our heading, price and button section, and we will also add hover effect. So for doing this, let's go to our style sheet, comment out first, and it will be products. That's it. So first thing I will do, I will simply go to our product section. Inside this feature we have a product here, so copy this product class from here and then paste it here. That's it. So first thing I will do, I will make it a clickable product, so that's why cursor will be pointer, and then I will take margin from bottom to run. So now we have to add our hover effect to our image. Here you can see that whenever I will hover on this image, we have changed the opacity of our image. So for doing this, let's go to and copy this product from here and then paste it here. Then we have to target our image, and let's add a transition here, and the transition will be 0.3 second all. Again copy this one and then paste it here. So whenever I will hover on our product, I want to decrease the opacity of our image, so that's why let's take opacity and it will be 0.7. Now save and go to our website, and if we now hover here, you can see that we have changed the opacity of our images. So after this one, now we have to actually style our this button, because our primary button is actually black background, but this product button background should be different. So that's why let's go to our product here and copy this product and paste it here. And we have actually created a different class for our buttons, so copy this buy button from here and then paste it here. So first thing I will do, I will change the background, and the background color will be this one. And if I now go to our website, here you can see that initially we don't have any button, but whenever I will hover, our button is actually popping from the bottom, so that's why we have to add this effect. So initially we have to hide this button, so that's why we have to add a transform, and we have to add a translate Y, and it will be 20 pixel. And then I will hide this button, so that's why opacity will be 0. Let's add a transition here, and transition will be 0.3 second all. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that our button is now gone, because whenever I will hover on this card, our button will be popping up from the bottom. So for doing this, let's copy this one and then paste it here. So we have to add hover effect to our product, because whenever I will hover on this product, I want this button from popping up to the bottom. So for doing this, I don't want to change the background here again, and then remove this transition, but the Y value will be 0 and the opacity will be 1. Now save and go to our website, and if I now hover on this card, here you can see that our button is now actually popping up from the bottom, and this effect is looking so beautiful. So after this one, here you can see that we have a horizontal line. Now I want to style this horizontal line. In our website, here you can see that we have a horizontal line here also, and here also. So I don't want to write this code for this horizontal line again and again, so I want to declare this horizontal line as a global tag. So let's go to our global section, and let's create a HR for our horizontal line. We have to give a width here, and the width will be 30 pixel, and then I will give a height, and the height will be 2 pixel. Then I will add a background color, and the background color will be this one. Now save, go to our website. Here you can see that we have our horizontal line, but this horizontal line is actually in the left side. I want this one to be in the center. So for doing this, let's go to our HTML and go to our horizontal line. Let's get a class here, and this class will be margin from left and right. It will be auto. Now save, and here you can see that our this horizontal line is now in the center. Okay, so after this horizontal line, now I want to change the color of these stars. So for changing the color of this star, let's go to our HTML, and here you can see that we have a class which is a star. So copy this star and then go to our global section and then paste it here. Then I want to target our I tag. First thing I will do, I will give a font size, and the font size would be 0.8 rem. Then I will give a color, and the color will be gold, this one. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have changed our color for this star, but now I want some space from top and bottom. So for doing this, copy this star and then paste it here. Then I will add a padding. Padding from top and bottom will be 10 pixels. From left and right it will be 0. Here you can see that now we have added some space from top and bottom. So guys, here you can see that we have successfully done with our featured section. So now I want to see this section is responsive or not. So now let's decrease the screen size. And here you can see that in our medium screen device, this section is taking 3 columns for each of the card, for each of the product card. And if we now decrease again, here you can see that now it is taking 1 column. So after this our featured section, now if we go to our website, here you can see that we have a banner here, we have a parallax background. So now we have to add this parallax background and this text and button into our website also. So for doing this, let's go to our HTML, and then here let's create a section. Now we have to create an ID, and the ID will be banner. That's it. Now inside this section, let's create a div, and let's create a class also. Now I will create a Bootstrap class. Okay, we will decide this class later. Now we have to create a h4 for our heading, our smaller heading. Copy this heading from here and then paste it here. Then we have to create a h1 tag, and for our h1, let's copy this heading from here and then paste it here. And I need a line break after autumn collection, so that's why I will take a break tag. And then let's create a button, and the button name will be shop now. Now I want to make this text uppercase, so that's why let's take a class, and here we have to take a Bootstrap class which will be text uppercase, this one. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have our heading and we have our button here. So now we have to put a background image, and we have to make this background image as a parallax background. So for making this, we have to go to our style sheet. First, let's copy this banner ID from here and then paste it here. So for banner styling property, we will go to the top here, and we have a home section. So this is the home section. I will be simply copy this code from here, from this home section, and then paste it here. That's it. So now first thing I will do, I will change the background image, and inside our image folder we have a banner folder, and inside this banner folder we have to take this 2.jpg. That's it, and which will be 100%. And now I will give a height, and it will be 60 vh, and background size will be cover, and the background position will be top 70 pixel, and from left and right it will be center. And then I have to add another property, and it will be background repeat, and it will be no repeat. That's it. And then we have to make this background image as a parallax background. That's why we have to add background attachment. So that's why it will be fixed. That's it. And the display will be flex direction will be column, justify content will be center, and the align items will be flex start. Now save and go to our website. And here you can see that we have created our image as a parallax background. So now here you can see that for our this heading and button, we don't have any space from the left side. So I want some space from the left side. So that's why let's go to our HTML, And here you can see that we have a class, and this class section is now empty. Now I will add a bootstrap class here, and it will be container because I want some space from left and right, so that's why it will be container. Now save, go to our website, and here you can see that we have now a space from left side and from the right side as well. And now we have to style our this heading and our this h1 also. So for doing this, let's go to our style sheet and copy this banner id from here and then paste it here. Now we have to target our h4 for our smaller heading, and I will change the color, and our color will be this one. And also I will change the font color of our heading h1, so that's why copy this one and paste it here, and it will be h1, and our heading color will be white. That's it. And then I will change the background of this button also. So for doing this, copy this one and then paste it here, and instead of h1 it will be button because we have a button tag. And I will change the background color, and the background color will be this one. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have changed our smaller heading, our h1, and then we have changed our this background color of this button also. And after adding this styling, now I want some spacing from the top and from the bottom here because we don't have any space from top and bottom. So for adding a space, let's go to our index.html, and then inside this section let's create a class, and I will take some bootstrap classes. So first one I will take my, it means margin from top and bottom, and it will be 5. And then I will take py, it means padding from top and bottom 5. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that now we have a space from top and bottom, and we have successfully created our banner section also. So after our this banner section, if we go to our real website, here you can see that we have our dress and jumpsuits, and I don't have to write codes for this section because we have actually written these codes into our feature section. So I will simply copy this feature section code and then paste it here. Then I will simply change the images. So now let's go to our code editor, and here you can see that we have our feature section. So I will simply copy this feature section, collapse this one, and then paste it here. That's it. And now let's change the id here, and it will be clothes. That's it. And for our spacing from top and bottom, I will keep this margin y, and I will delete this padding bottom. And for our heading, it will be actually this one, dresses and jumpsuits. That's it. Now we will simply change the images. So inside this image folder, I have a folder named clothes, and inside this clothes I have to take one.jpg. That's it. Now copy this one and then paste it here, and this will be clothes 2.jpg. Now copy this clothes from here and then paste it here and here. That's it. Now save, and if we now go to our website, here you can see that we have created our dresses and jumpsuits, and we have our 4 product here, and we didn't have to write a single line of code for this section. So after our dresses and jumpsuits, now we have to create our this best watches section, and also we don't have to write a single line of code for this section because we have already code for our this section. I will simply copy this code from here and then paste it here. Okay, so now let's go to our code here. First I will collapse this one and copy this one from here and then paste it here. That's it. And let's change the id, and it will be watches. And now we have to change the heading, and it will be best watches. That's it. And now we have to simply change the images. So now here it will be watches because I have a watches folder inside our image folder. That's it. Now I will simply copy this folder name and then paste it here, here, and then here. Now save, and if we now go to our website, and here you can see that we have our best watches section also. So after our best watches section, now we have another section called our running shoes, and again we don't have to write code for this section because we have already written for this one. So I will simply copy this one and then paste it for this section. Now collapse this section, copy this one again and then paste it here. Now let's change the id here, and it will be shoes. That's it. And now here I will add a padding bottom, and it will be 5 because I want some spacing from the bottom. And now we have to change the heading. For our heading it will be running shoes. and then paste it here. That's it. And now we have to change the images. We have to change the image folder, and inside these images we have shoes, and then I want to take this one. That's it. Now copy this path file and then paste it here, and it will be 7, and it will be 6, and it will be 5. Now save and go to our website, and if you now scroll down, and here you can see that after our best watches we have our running shoes section. And now here you can see that we have created our 3 or 4 section for our products. So I think this product section is enough. Now after this one, after this product sections, now we have to create this beautiful footer. So for creating this one, let's go to our HTML, collapse this one, and then let's create a footer. And for our footer, let's create a class, and I want some classes here. So first one will be margin top, because I want some spacing from top, that's why it will be 5. And then I will take from padding bottom and top, it will be also 5. That's it. And inside this footer, let's create a div tag. Now let's create a class, and the class will be row, because if you go to our website, here you can see that we have actually 4 columns: first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. So here you can see that each of this column is actually in one row. So that's why I want to keep these things in one row in this website also. So that's why we have to use Bootstrap class, which is row. That's it. And then inside this div we have to create another div for our first row. So let's create a class here, and let's create a class name also, and it will be footer 1. That's it. And then I will define our responsive mode also, because I want to specify some columns for each of these sections. So that's why this column will take in our large screen 3 column, and in our medium screen it will take 6 column, and in our small screen it will take 12 column. That's it. So here you can see that in our website we have our logo here, and then we have some text here. So now we have to create this section first. So for creating this one, first we have to take our image section, and here we have to give the source, and my logo is actually inside my image folder, and then I have a logo 2.png file. That's it. And then we have to create a paragraph for our paragraph. So copy this paragraph from here and then paste it here. That's it. Now save, and if you now go to our website, here you can see that we have our logo, and then we have our text here. So we have created our first column. Now we have to create others also. Create another div tag. For our class, I will simply copy these classes from here and then paste it here. So first thing I will do, we have to take a heading. So that's why I will take h5, and this one will be featured. That's it. And then we have to create another list, and inside this another list we have to create some list, and we have to create some anchor tag also. That's it. And it will be hash, and inside this anchor tag it will be for our main. So I will simply copy this one and paste it 4 or 5 times. And now I have to change the names here. So now here you can see that we have created another list, and inside this another list we have some list tags, and inside this list tags we have some anchor tags also. So now save and go to our website. Here you can see that we have our feature section. So after this section we have to create 2 more. But before we go, I want this text to be uppercase, so that's why I have to take a class, a Bootstrap class, and it will be text uppercase. And then I don't want any bullet points, so that's why it will be list unstyled. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that now all text are now in uppercase, and we don't have any bullet points. And after this feature section, I want to take some spacing, because we don't have any space here. So that's why let's create a class here also, and this class will be padding bottom 2. Now save, go to our website. Here you can see that now we have a space underneath this section, underneath this h5. And here you can see that we have actually a slider in the bottom here, and I don't want this slider, so let's remove this one. In our row I want to take a container because I want some spacing from left and right, and I will give mx auto, and then I will take a padding from top and it will be 5. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that now we have no slider in the bottom, and then we have some spacing from top and bottom. So now let's create other two columns. So for our next column I will simply copy this column from here and then paste it here. That's it. And our heading will be contact us. That's it. And here instead of another list I will create a div tag, and inside this div tag we have to create a h6, and I want to transform this text into uppercase, so that's why let's take a class and it will be text uppercase, and here it will be address, and underneath this h6 we have to create a paragraph tag. And for our paragraph let's go to our and copy this one from here. That's it. So I will simply copy this div tag again and then paste it here. This time it will be phone, and let's copy this phone number from here and then paste it here. That's it. Now copy this div from here again and then paste it here, and this one will be email, and I copy this email address from here and then paste it here. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and if we now scroll down here you can see that we have our contact us section. So after our contact us section, now we have to create our this Instagram section. We have actually 5 images here inside this Instagram section. So for creating this one I will simply copy this div from here and then paste it here. That's it. And the heading will be in Instagram, and here we have to create a div tag instead of another list, and let's create a class, and the class will be row because I want these images to be in one row. And then let's create an image tag for inserting our image. So inside our image folder I have an Insta folder, and let's take our first one. That's it. And let's create some classes because I want to make these images responsive, so that's why it will be image fluid. Also let's give some width, and it will be 25, and I will give a height also, and our height will be 100%, and then I will give some margin from all around, so that's why it will be 2. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have our Instagram image. Now copy this image tag from here and then paste it 4 times. That's it. And this one will be 2. Now save and go to our website. Now here you can see that we have our 5 images inside our this Instagram section. So after our this heading, now we have to create our this payment section, and we have to create our this copyright, and then we have to create this font awesome icons also. So for creating this one, let's go to our HTML, and underneath this div tag let's create another div tag, and let's create a class also, and the class name will be copyright. That's it. And I want some spacing from margin top, so that's why it will be 5. And inside this div tag let's create another div tag, and let's create some classes also, and then now the class will be row because I want to keep these things in one row, so that's why it will be row. And then for avoiding the slider from the bottom I want to take container and then mx auto. That's it. So now let's create our first div, and let's create some class also, and now I want to define some columns for this div because I want to make this section responsive. So that's why this div will take in our large screen 3 column, and in our medium screen it will take 6 column, and in our small screen it will take 12 column. And the first one will be our image because I want to insert the payment image, and this image is actually inside our image folder, and we have a payment.png. That's it. So after this section let's copy this one and then paste it here, and then here instead of image we have to create a paragraph tag, and then we have to copy this copyright text from here and then paste it here. That's it. And now I want to change the column for our large screen, and it will be 4. That's it. Now copy this one again and then paste it here for our social media icons, and instead of p we have to create an anchor tag, and it will be hash, And inside our anchor tag we have to take our Facebook icon first. So that's why let's go to our icon web page, and here we have to search for Facebook. Now I want to add this icon, so that's why click on this icon and then copy this HTML and then paste it here. That's it. Now copy this one and then paste it here. Now I want to add our Twitter icon also, and it will be Twitter. And then I want our LinkedIn icon also. That's it. Now save and go to our website. And here you can see that we have our Facebook, Twitter and the LinkedIn icon here. And this section is actually breaking the line here, but I don't want to break this line. I want this section to be in one line always, and we have to fix this one. So for doing this, let's go to our copyright section, and here we have to create a class, and this class will be text no wrap. That's it. Now save and go to our website. So guys, here you can see that now we have created our footer also, and we have done with our HTML for this footer. Now we have to style this one. So for doing this, let's go to our style sheet. First let's copy this footer from here and then go to our style sheet and then paste it here. That's it. And for our footer, first thing I will do, I will add a background color, and our background color will be this one. Now save, go to our website, and here you can see that we have changed our background color. Now here we can't see our text. Now we have to change the color of this text also. So copy this one again and then paste it here. So first I will target our H5, it means our headings, and then I will add some colors, and our color will be this one. And then I will give a font width, and our font width will be 700. Then I will give a font size, and our font size will be 1.2 rem. Now save and go to our website. Now here you can see that we can see our this featured, contact us, and in Instagram section. So now we have to change the color of our this text. So for doing this, let's copy our this one again and then paste it here. So now we have to target our list here first, and let's create a padding bottom here, and it will be 4 pixel. Now copy this one again and then paste it here. Then we have to target our anchor tag, and now let's create a font size, and the font size will be 0.8 rem, and the color will be, let's see, this one. That's it. And now we have to add some hover effect, because whenever I will hover on our list, I want to change something, so that's why it will be hover. And I will change the color, and it will be this one. Now delete this one and save and go to our website. And if I now hover here, you can see that our this section is now changing. So after our list tag, now we have to target our paragraph text. We have to change the color of our paragraph. So for this one, just copy this footer and then paste it here, and then target our paragraph. So first I will give a color, and our color will be this one, and then I will give a font size, and our font size will be 0.8 rem. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that now we can see our this section, so we can see our paragraph here. So after our this paragraph and our this heading and text, now we have to style our these icons. So for doing this, let's copy this one footer again and then paste it here. And then we have to target our anchor tags, and this anchor tags is actually inside our copyright section. That's it. So first thing I will do, I will give some color, and our color will be black, and I will give a width here, and our width will be 38 pixel, and I will give a height, and the height will be also 38 pixel. And let's give a background color, and our initial background color will be white, and the display will be inline block, and the text align will be center. Line height will be 38 pixel. Now let's give some border radius, and the border radius will be 50%. And I have to give a transition because I want to add hover effect here, and it will be 0.3 second is. And then let's create a margin here, and the margin from top and bottom it will be 0, but from left and right it will be 5 pixel. Now save and go to our website. Here you can see that now we have changed our this icon here. Now I want to add some hover effect. So for doing this, copy this class from here and then paste it here, and let's add hover. So I will change the color first, and the color will be white, and then I want to change the background color, and the background color will be this one. Now save and go to our website, and if I now hover here, you can see that our background color and our text color is now changing. So guys, here you can see that our this copyright section is also done. But in our this section here, you can see that underneath this image we don't have any space here, but now I want some spacing. So for doing this, let's go to our HTML, and let's go to our image section here, and here in the paragraph let's get a class, and I will take padding from top, and it will be 3. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that now we have some space underneath this image. So now we have created our footer also. Now I want to see our this footer section is responsive or not. So now let's decrease the screen size, and here you can see that this footer section is completely responsive. Now here you can see that we have our logo and our text here. It means our this one is our first column, this is our second column, and our third column and fourth column. But now I want some spacing after one column. So for doing this, let's go to our code here. Now let's go to our second column, and here I will take some margin bottom, and the margin bottom will be 3 for this section, and for our this section I will take also margin bottom 3. And now let's go to our copyright section, and in our copyright section we have 3 column here. Now in our first column I want to add some margin here, and margin bottom will be 4, and then I will add some margin here also, and it will be margin bottom 2. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that now we have some spacing underneath these sections here. So guys, here you can see that we have successfully created our this home page, and this home page is looking so beautiful. Now everything is taking one column so that it looks in perfect width and height, and it is looking so beautiful. But now I want to do another thing. Here you can see that this is our navigation bar, and I want to change the color of this navigation bar. This is not actually white. I want to change the background color of this navigation bar, and it will be white. So that's why let's go to our navigation, and here you can see that we have a Bootstrap class which is BG light. Now I want to change the class, and it will be BG white. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that our background color is now white color. And then I want to do another thing. Underneath this background, underneath this navigation bar, I want to add some box shadow so that it looks beautiful. So that's why go to our style sheet, and let's go to our nav bar, and here in our nav bar I will give a box shadow, and from the X value it will be 0, and from the Y value it will be 5 pixel, and for the blur radius it will be 10 pixel, and I will give RGBA color, and RGBA color will be 0, 0, 0 and 0.1. That's it. Now save and go to our website, and here you can see that we have a small box shadow underneath this navigation bar, and this is looking so beautiful guys. So now let's increase the screen size, and let's see what we have created. Here you can see that we have created our navigation bar, we have added some box shadow, we have our logo, and then we have our navigation links here, and then we have our these icons, our font awesome icons. Then we have a background image, we have some headings, and we have a button here also. And if we now scroll down here, you can see that we have our brand section, and this brand section is looking amazing. Here you can see that we have 6 images in one row, and then we have a featured, we have a new section here so that it attracts users towards the website. So here you can see that we have 3 images, and we have some hover effect here also. And then here we have our featured section. Here you can see that in our featured section we have 4 product image, and if we hover on a product, here you can see that our this button is actually popping up from the bottom, and this transaction is looking so beautiful. And if we now scroll down here, you can see that we have a parallax background, and this background is looking so beautiful. We have a background image, we have our heading and button here. And if we now scroll down, we have another section, we have another product section, and this product section is looking also beautiful. We have our best watches, our running shoes, and then we have our beautiful footer here. And inside this footer we have 4 sections. One is our logo and text, and one is our featured section, our contact us section, and our Instagram section. And then we have our this social media icons, our copyright section, and our this payment section. And now let's see this website is responsive or not. Now let's decrease the screen size, And now here you can see that we are in our tablet screen, and here you can see that in our tablet screen we don't have any navigation links. Instead of our navigation links, we have a beautiful hamburger menu with some hover effect. If I now click on this hamburger menu, here you can see that our navigation links is coming from the top, and it is now in one column, and this section is looking awesome. And here you can see that we have our background image, and then we have our this text here and our button here. And here you can see that in our large screen this section was taking actually one row, and now it is taking two row here, and here we have three images in each row. And then we have our this section, and this section is taking 100% width and height. This one is also taking 100% width and height. And then we have our feature section, and this feature section is looking also beautiful. Here you can see that this feature section is also responsive. And then we have our banner section, our this product section, another product section, and then we have our footer here. So now let's decrease the screen size more and go to our small screen device. Here you can see that we are now in our small screen device, and this is looking awesome. Everything is taking 100% width and height, and it is also looking so beautiful and so responsive and taking perfect width and height. And everything is now in one column, and it is looking so beautiful. So guys, here you can see that we have simply created our e-commerce website using HTML, CSS and Bootstrap. And this is our first episode of our e-commerce website using HTML, CSS and Bootstrap. And inside this first episode, we have created our complete responsive home page. And in our next episode, which is our part 2, we will create our shop page. This one, we will add product, and we will add some pagination, and then we will create this whole section responsive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you guys really enjoyed this tutorial and learned something new, then please subscribe, like this video, and press the bell icon for the future videos. And don't forget to watch complete series of this e-commerce website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. That's it guys, let's see you in our next episode.